Hi, this is Suraj Unleashing Talent, and welcome on another podcast. In this season, I would be talking about leadership is tough, and especially for the young leaders, managers, and team leads, and senior leaders who are working in the organization. They need to understand some of the competencies that will help them be successful, and that would also help them make their people successful, make their organization successful, and make them as individual leaders successful. And that's why I always say leading self, leading team, leading business, and leading organizations. So, one of the things that I have learned in my professional career, and of course, during my training and coaching, meeting with senior executives and understanding the business context and the overall organizational functioning, I have realized, and I would hope that you would resonate with what I'm saying, is it's very important for an individual to first of all lead himself or herself effectively. And that has a meaning. It means leading yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and socially effectively. And that's what I mean leading self. Maybe on some podcast I would talk and elaborate more about it. Then comes leading teams. All of us have teams, or if we do not have teams directly reporting to us, we have teams that we work with. In today in today's metrics organizations, there are not always defined teams that report to you. Being able to work in team, being able to lead team are very important, and that's why I say the second important competencies for anyone is how to lead a team. The third important competencies for a successful and effective leader, in my view, is leading business. It is our understanding of the business. It is our ability and to connect with larger business goals, and our ability to understand what we do, how they are connected with the organizational vision and organizational mission. So there are situations where individual leaders get confined to what he or she is doing or what their functions are doing, but that's not what I call leading business. Leading business is whatever responsibilities that you have been given as a leader, you need to perform that. And then at the same time, you should have a very strong belief and understanding of the organizational strategic business planning. In layman's language, it is your ability to understand how your work and your results and your outcomes impact the overall organizational business goals. So that's what I mean by leading business. The fourth level of maturity of leadership is about leading organization. So in an organization, you just not lead yourself or lead the team or lead the business, you also lead the organization. Whether you accept or you don't accept, whether you intentionally contribute or you do not contribute, but remember there is an impact of you on the overall organizational culture, and you influence the organization, or of course organization also influences your behavior. But it's very important for you as a leader to understand the larger vision of the organization, the purpose of the organization, the values of the organization, and where the organization is heading. So one is the business goals of the organization, which is more about revenues and profitability and markets and things like that. Leading organization is more about how you contribute towards building organizational culture, how you contribute towards building the right culture for the organization, how you contribute towards building a culture within your circle of influence. Your interactions with team and your day-to-day work has an impact on overall organizational culture also. So you are in a way leading the organization, you are in a way impacting the organization, you are in a way um, influencing the organization culture, the organizational behavior. So it is extremely important for a leader to positively understand his or her role in the organization, and how uh, you lead the organization. So the one level is that you don't know, but you are contributing towards organization growth, or you are not contributing towards organizational growth. The second level is whether you do it or you do not, you are impacting the organization positively or negatively, depending on what your intentions are. And at the last level, which is the final level, you intentionally understand your responsibility towards leading organization, and you own organizational values. You own the organization, and you understand what is needed for organization to move to the next level of maturity, or to achieve its vision, and its financial goal, its business goals, and its people goal. So I strongly believe that as a leader, you lead the organization also. So every time you interact with yourself, you are interacting with someone who owns a part of the organization. And when you are interacting with your team, again, remember you are interacting with a part of organization. And when you are interacting with business or doing business, again, you're impacting the organization. And in general, you are leading an organization. So I would call it the leadership maturity model, which I feel is the need of the hour. It is very, very futuristic. It is very contemporary. So look, when you look at yourself as a leader, look at how good you are at leading yourself. And there are ways and means you can understand, as I discussed, about your emotional well-being, your social interactions with people, and things like that. So, and then the leading team, then leading business, and leading organizations. So that's the four level of leadership and maturity. And I would come back to you and discuss more on some other podcast under each one of these. Hopefully this short discussion was helpful. Thank you.